welcome to the brand new episode of Grow with the VS with Anjali and Kritika Sethia.
आजकल जब हम impactful content और conversation की बात करते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमारे दिमाग में podcast आता है. And that's why today we have with us someone who has been shattering stereotypes, making brands, individuals and artists realize the power of audio. We have with us one and only the founder and host of Popcast with Garima and the brains behind podcast.in. Welcome, Garima Surana. We are more than excited to have you with us.
Thank you. I feel so flattered. This is a very nice introduction. And I'm so glad to be with you girls. It's always nice, when fellow women can sort of uplift each other, talk about, each other's content, and then together we can just set the stage on fire. Like literally, I'm very happy.
We can conquer.
Yes.
Welcome, Garima. So, हमारी सोसाइटी में ये बहुत स्ट्रांगली माना जाता है टू फॉलो योर पैशन इज वन थिंग बट टू बी सक्सेसफुल इट इज वेरी एसेंशियल टू हैव अ सिक्योर जॉब. बट लुक एट यू unlearning those conservative norms, left an amazing job and started living your passion and flourishing at it with 300k plus listens. So tell us about how did the journey of your 1-year-old baby podcast with Garima and everything in between.
So, Popcast with Garima is a pandemic baby. I've been conceptualizing this, idea and this concept for over a year. Like from when I started it, it started. The first episode premiered on 25th of March 2020. But usse pehle for a year, I've been, thinking about how I want to, take my voice forward and how I want to make an impact with just my voice and my thoughts. But usse pehle, like you said, I was, in the lap of a comfortable job, very handsome paychecks every month. And then I let go of it because, doing this one constant rally from Andheri to Lower Parel in the local train and looking at everybody just, being part of the same rat race, I couldn't even imagine that, this is going to be the rest of my life. And I was 24 back then, and I was like, if I do not make a move right now, in fact I wrote a very nice poem. Actually, I have 3 pieces that I wrote every morning. Like I would look at everybody's faces and I would be like, what am I doing with my life? And that constant battling with your own thoughts. And so I'd written something like, anxious faces, rattled glances, half swearing to the beads in their hands, because a lot of people in the morning would be just, doing their puja and everything in the train. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning, half finishing the last grain. And some like me are glued to screen and vain, where every face is struggling to smile. The little one is ready to battle it all out. So this is, every day I would be like, what am I doing with my life? And then, of course, I left my job. I told my boss. He was shattered because I was the one doing all the work for him. And he, of course, convinced me. But then, the fact that also the same year I got married and we do not really question the conditioning that we've been living through. So for me, every single thing, right from the Mangal Sutra that I wore in my wedding, I questioned it because it's a peak symbolism of patriarchy, right? Like, why should a woman only be wearing a badge, so to say, that represents that she's married, I had all of these thoughts which translated into Popcast with Garima. It's a reflection of our society. We talk about 3 O types, as we call them. We talk the taboo. And yeah, that's how it sort of began. I started with 6 listeners. Today, we're a happy family of around 3 lakh people listening into the podcast. And I think what has resonated, even though, it was a movement for women, but what made it even more, inspiring for me was that most of my audience is men skewed, which is very surprising. So when men come back and they say that, thank you for talking about female pleasure, I've gotten to learn so much about it, even though that was an episode for women to know that, they should prioritize their pleasure. But when men come back and it has impacted them, because eventually, we need to go back to how patriarchy has seeped in, right? And if I touch the main point, there's nothing great that makes me feel. So I'm very glad that, most men find it very useful and resourceful.
Amazing. And we can see that change. And 300K plus listens, it's a lot. And you are bringing that change.
I'm very happy, even if in my little way I can contribute, even in changing my brother's mindset to begin with. Change begins with home. And if I can tell my brother the little things that, if I can sort of indoctrinate in his head that this is not how, you should be addressing or talking to a woman, or this is how you should be respectful towards her. I think I've done my job. I can't imagine changing the world, but I can imagine at least changing the proximity that I'm with that.
Yes, absolutely. And that's insanely inspiring. And that also brings us to the most prevalent issue on the net today, the cancel culture. Somehow cancel culture social trolling का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा बन चुका है. And everything comes down to internet points. वो artists हो, influencers हो, in fact brands हो. Like what happened with the big brand like Tanishq, the entire ad boycotting fiasco. So what's your take on that?
I think, we really need to cancel the cancel culture itself. There are so many things, that, this issue particularly is very pressing. I'll tell you like my 2 cents on it. I think when an individual is called out, it's very important for that individual to first, acknowledge that he's fucked up or she's fucked up. It's very important. A lot of time people, take that criticism to a point which is called a dirty delete, which means that people, without even acknowledging, sort of delete that comment, delete that post once they realize they're facing a backlash, a certain criticism for it. Right? I'm right now, I'm not talking about people who give you constructive criticism or hate. I'm talking about how, when somebody points you out, calls you out, and when there is a certain problematic behavior in how you've addressed, and because you've put it on a public platform, you deserve to be called out on a public platform. There's nothing wrong in it, right? But when you are called out, I think you should acknowledge where you fucked up. I think you should first realize that the damage that you've done in terms of hurting a particular section of community will never be reversed. I think as a brand, if I would have really liked if Tanishq had the balls to keep that up and not take that, take that post down, because it was a video. I mean, if anybody has seen that video, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that video. It was beaming with love. It was beaming with positivity.
We would also like to know, Garima, about the entire motive of your company, podcast.in. How you have empowered brand and influencers with the power of audio. And do share your story and, how in less than just a year, audio platform like Sochcast acquired it. Please enlighten us.
Yeah. So like I said, I started my podcast in amidst the pandemic. This was when I was practically unemployed. And this was my only coping mechanism or way of where I would unwind my day, and this is what would bring me sanity. And then once the podcast sort of was speaking up and everybody sort of got to know after the couple of monetization rounds that happened on the podcast, people sort of got intrigued. I started taking workshops, the word went out. A lot of podcasters had one common question, which is how can I monetize my podcast? Interestingly, the same line which is ways to monetize my podcast was also Google's most searched query for the year 2020.
Sure.
At least for the podcasting spectrum, right? So every workshop or cohort or webinar that I took, everybody towards the end was like, मैम हम monetize कैसे कर सकते हैं podcast? And people don't understand that last year was the breakthrough year for podcast. We've been sitting on this golden egg for like over a decade, and we're still scratching the surface. I'll be very honest. Brands are yet to realize the power of audio. So that's when I understood there's a bridge that needs to be filled. There's a alleged gap where there are podcasters with their niche, their respective audience, and brands are looking to focus on high interest communities and high interest engagement groups. if you see the trend shift from investing onto big influencers, now they prefer, putting their bets on micro influencers, right? So that's what podcasting actually does. It's a very concentrated set of community where if I am interested in listening to, let's say, health and wellness podcast, even if I have 5,000 people on the podcast, like it makes such a great space for an advertiser to come in. And that's what exactly, led to the birth of Podcast. Podcast is a marketplace, an audio monetization tool that connects podcasters and advertisers to find their podcast brand fit. Um, Now we started this, in September 2020, which was on International Podcasting Day. Me and Ronit, my husband, we started this together. And this was just an experiment. We put the firm out. We got an overwhelming response of over 400 plus podcasters. And that's when we started developing the product. And soon, we started doing our reach, our creator outreach. And one such platform was Sochcast. And they wanted, this was the missing puzzle piece in their host of, things that they were doing for podcasters. And it just happened to be like a perfect match. These guys are audio veterans. They come from an audio background. They've been in the audio industry for 60 plus years. Harry and Anil, both my other co-founders. And for us, it was imperative to get invested, by a company that has an audio background and that understands audio, because I come from an audio background myself. So I think this was literally like a match made. And then now Podcast is acquired by Sochcast. And together we're making a full stack audio suite, which means you can create, host, publish, redistribute, and monetize on a single platform. So we will have a list of brands, a list of podcasters, and we'll try to match them to each other depending on the genres and the categories that they are into, so that for every creator, making and producing podcasts is not just a side hobby or a passion project. It can literally convert into a sustainable business, because if you look at the trajectory, podcasts are exactly where YouTube or Instagram was 5 years ago, right? We're on the cusp of change. We are going to witness another massive, revolution with audio coming in, where you can literally, like, imagine a brand going through your ears. How closer can you get? With your finger marathon that you do on Instagram, with your scrolling that you do, it's practically impossible to get a sense of brand in a 15-second reel. And that's what brands need to realize. In 15 seconds, what can you possibly talk about the brand? Their ethos, their product, their company vision, what led to this company. And now we have Instagram companies as a culture, that are coming in. So a lot of these brands, like what led to, the making of these brands. So there's so much that one needs to talk. And I've experienced this when I had co-founders of multiple companies come on my podcast as a collaboration. They get their 20 minutes of sacred space to talk about what, how, when, which are very important, which no influencer can ever cater. Right. And that's the beauty of it. So the average listen time of my podcast is 19 minutes. And if one gives you an undivided attention of 19 minutes, imagine how impactful it can be for any advertiser. And that's what we're doing with Podcast. We're educating. The first step is not, minting money from them. The first step is educating them that, your brand will be parked with podcasters who have, an exact target audience that you are probably looking at.
Right. And it does sound like a disruptor in the podcast industry.
We want to uplift the creator middle class economy. We want to work with creators, and with Sochcast, one of the very good things that we've done is we want to really empower the creators, which mean any podcaster that comes on Sochcast, we will give you the editing, the production, uploading services, everything. All you have to do is just focus on what you do the best, which is creating.
inspiring, and I'm sure that is the future. So on that note, we would also want you to enlighten our viewers and listeners upon the podcasting process. So for starters, everybody know their set of genre, their set of content, but then the nitty-gritties, they lack the knowledge of the nitty-gritties, the tiniest of things per se. The title and description, writing the title and description of the podcast, or the recording process. So please share your words of wisdom on that.
Yeah, not too sure wisdom. I mean, I can just tell you what I did. I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way, but this is my way. So I think it's very, very important, even before you start focusing on the nitty-gritties, it's very important to, make your mind that you want to start with it. So I always say that, perfection might not be important, but getting to start is very, very important. So do not chase perfection when you're starting, because you evolve with your episodes. Like my first 2-3 episodes might not have been the best of my episodes, even though I love my first episode. But, over time, you know what you want to do with your content. I think a couple of practical tips that I can give you is treat your podcast like you're building a brand out of it, you're building an IP out of it. When I started, I literally made a 14-slide presentation. I made a deck on these are going to be my guests, these are going to be the topics that I will address, these are the brand spaces. Back then it was not even a thing that brands would sponsor podcasts. So I literally left that little space or that vacuum, that if at all I will ever have a brand, this is the brand space that's going to be. Create those segments in your podcast so that you break that monotony, because a lot of time when people listen to straight up interviews, at least for the Indian market, we're not evolved of listening to podcasts for an hour, 2-3 hours, right? So break that monotony, try to be as immersive, as explanatory, descriptive, having that imagery to your podcast, so that when people listen to you, the theater in their mind sort of evokes and they can literally visualize what you're talking about. Be very personal, be very intimate with your listeners. In terms of putting out the title and the description, ensure it's SEO optimized, in the sense that because Google's algorithm is pushing podcasts. So if you have a topic that there is a tendency of people to, search for it. So for example, I did an episode which was about, with Malini Agarwal from Miss Malini, and which spoke about if you've written a hate comment for Riya ever. This was around the SSR case that time. So with a title like, if you have ever written a hate comment for Riya, listen to this. So now at a time when everybody was, spilling vitriol on Riya and was, sort of spewing hate, if anybody who's ever done that should be, sort of intrigued onto listening what was this episode, or what will happen to me, मैंने ऐसा क्या किया है कि और या मेरे साथ क्या हो सकता है अगर मैंने ऐसा लिखा है रिया के बारे में anonymously भी कभी, from a Finsta or whatever. So that episode, because the way the description was written, because the way the title was written, actually peaked to 20,000 listeners. Content trumps over anything, literally over anything. So if you can bring out, or if you can package, even if it's the same repetitive, information, but if you can package it into a whole new brand, and if you imagine it to be the same gift, but तुम एक अलग fancy packing paper उसके ऊपर लगा रहे हो, right? So if you can do that, nothing like it.
You actually don't know about it when you start something. You don't know where you're gonna land, after a few months or few years. It's all the learning part. You actually learn with one episode that you have done, and you have learned how you have to, trigger the audience, your niche audience, and how you can bring them to listen to you. It's very important. It's a tough thing to make others listen to you. If you're not interesting, nobody's gonna listen to you, and that is very important. It's a risky platform. Who will come and listen without a face? If you don't have a face, how people will get interest to listen to you? I want to do that.
Yeah. So I think Instagram and any visual medium is actually very, very saturated. right? For you to make your voice stand out, you have to choose a platform where your voice actually matters. If I was somebody who was switching 20 outfits in a matter of 15 seconds, I would have done that. But do I enjoy changing 20 outfits in 15 seconds? I don't, right? I barely can dress for the, for saving my life, right? So I wouldn't. But if I knew, a platform where my thoughts matter, where what I speak, is what matters, podcast was the platform. As you are an avid Instagram consumer, I am myself one. But do we engage enough, and do we give that space and time to a person who's speaking her heart out? No, right? When I spoke about finger marathon, it means that our system is set that we want to continuously scroll. And in that, on a platform where the algorithm runs what you want to see, right? So on a platform where it's all algorithm driven, and it'll sort of make you see what you want to see, and of course what the algorithm drives. So in all possibility, you might have just skipped through my content. So first was that. Second was, the relationship with microphone. Like I said, I fell in love with microphone when I was in 6th grade. That was the first time I ever spoke on mic, in my school, for an inter-school competition I was comparing. And ever since then, this relationship has been, very, very sacred for me. So choosing a platform that actually, where I can leverage something that I already love, made so much sense to me. And third is, there's always an early mover's advantage that you speak about, right? When I knew already that, Instagram and YouTube is as a video, and with the screen fatigue that we've had in 2020, with people just literally being on Zoom calls and Google Meets, and all the time you're glued to screen in one form or another, be it for work or be it for entertainment. This entire fatigue that happened, it was such a rescue for me, where only my thoughts and my voice mattered. So again, and the early movers advantage is because right now is the time when you can build that currency for yourself, or you can build that capital in terms of being one of the pioneers of audio, at least podcasting community right now. So if you start, people like your famous Instagrammers who started small are today big because they once took that plunge, and they once made their profession out of a platform, and they earn their bread and butter through that platform. So tomorrow I want podcasting to be that for me. And if I jump in early at a strategic time where I know the market is emerging, the industry is evolving, I think it was a very thoughtful move. And like I said, do I enjoy consuming content on Instagram? Yes, I do. But can I make content on Instagram? Maybe I can't.
And that brings us to our final segment, Play with the VS. Here we will ask you 5 rapid questions, and you have to give us fiery answers. So are you ready, Garima? Let's do it.
I'll try to be as rapid as I can.
All right. So first question, your favorite podcaster other than yourself?
Wow. Jameela Jamil, for sure. Her podcast is called I Weigh, and you all can check it out. Yeah. I think every new episode releases Fridays. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is 2 episodes of Popcast with Garima that tops your list.
Season 2, episode 1, Auzar. Second is Under Ki Baat.
Third question, funniest or most stupid boycott trend by self-proclaimed Twitter police that you have witnessed?
It's not really funny, but one trend that and again, this comes from a personal incident. I'll just take a minute also explaining you why. But remember, like almost 2 months back, when there was a trend on Instagram which was boycott Ghana podcasts, and Ghana was boycotted because one of their employers sort of wrote a blasphemous tweet which was called out now, and it was written back in 2012 or 2014, like back then. The tweet was problematic, but pulling out a tweet because of what your employee had written and then boycotting a platform which is Ghana was absolutely very, very stupid. It all happened because, of course, of the Bhakts and the entire, yeah. It was pretty stupid, and it actually left my deal midway because Popcast was being sold to Ghana, and I think I was, yeah, and it just happened at the same time, unfortunately, and yes, which is why I find it very, very stupid.
It's sad sometimes. It's really sad sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. If your life was a movie or a book, what would you name it?
It would definitely be called Procrastination, a Love Story.
Nice. I like the name.
Because most of my life I've just been procrastinating on things that I should have done because you know, एक होता है कि आपको पता नहीं होता कि आपको अपनी लाइफ के साथ क्या करना है. मुझे हमेशा से पता था कि मुझे क्या करना है, but you know, out of sheer procrastination and of course, you know, looping myself into the rat race of being in a comfortable job, and I'm not saying that these things don't help you. Every bit of work that I've ever done in my life, trust me, it all comes together. The knowledge, the experience, all of it makes so much sense when today I'm doing something of my own.
Question number 5. If you were given a superpower, what would it be?
If I was ever given a superpower, I would want to be in places of power and decision making where people sitting in one room can decide for a population of 1.3 billion.
So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you, Garima, for being so candid and so inspiring. We wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thanks, Kritika. Thank you, Anjali. It was wonderful. I had like such a nice tea time conversation. It's around 4 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Even though I've been sipping Nariyal Pani, but this has been very fun. I wish you girls, you know, all the very, very best for all your upcoming projects, for the podcast that you're doing, for all the clients that you guys crack. I wish you more and more conversion in life. I wish you a lot many more deals and, you know, everything that you aspire for.
And to all the listeners, you all know where you have to go to all the streaming platforms and listen to Popcast with Garima.